Hey, what's going on, travelers? So let me get you in focus there. Yeet. Red light editing zone, you know how it is. Well, anyways, here's the setup. We have the two iOS devices right here, and the LG V60 and the mid-ranger LG Wing, which actually performs pretty damn good, if I say so myself. I've actually had a lot more, come on, focus. Let me get you in focus. Hold on there, people. Hold on. There we go. All right. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the LG Wing. It's been an interesting dynamic to run purely. Hold on, phone unlocked. There we go. Purely Android again, but this time on the LG front, not the Samsung front. Even picked up a nice little Android watch, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm gonna be using this here Canon at 1920 by 1080 because that's a good resolution for the project file to test out how well a top of the line iOS mobile and top of the line, well, 2 years ago, but still, top of the line Android device compares with LumaFusion. Then we have a tablet, which will have the same project within. And then we have the mid-ranger to see how well a mid-range chipset, ooh, a little bit tongue-tied there, chipset will handle LumaFusion. Again, the project will be set at 1920 by 1080 at 24 frames a second because that's what I like. And if you guys want to see a different frame rate, well, maybe I'll oblige. Maybe leave a comment and subscribe and let me know. But that's it for today's video. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing what kind of shots I want to get so we can run this real-time test. Again, no mobile shooting this one. This will be literally all DSLR based. So take that for what you will, and y'all be safe out there. Until next time, peace.
Tomorrow for sure. Eventually. Day 2, day 3, day 4.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? If you haven't already, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can, help build this community up a little bit more. I'm getting up there in the 300s to 350 range, and it finally took me a while to get everything lined up after 2 full shifts. Finding out that OBS is now no longer compatible with my current setup with this camera I'm shooting now with the Canon. Go ahead and get you back in focus. There we go. By the way, this is a good showcase of the Wing's secondary screen feature. Like, if you want to get granular with your edits and stuff, right? Keyframe accurate. You could literally put a mouse on here and scroll the timeline. How cool is that? LG Wing. So, like I said, before we get into it, this was a real-time shootout. It was supposed to be done live, but OBS didn't work. And if you hear voices, that's probably because Discord is quite loud. Let me turn that down. There we go. Anywho, let's move on. So we got the mid-ranger, LG Wing. The first generation iPad Pro, which is still rocking. An iPhone 13 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. And the V60. Tried and true. There we go. I'm going to put this on the tripod in a moment and try to run all 4 devices concurrently so you can see what happens in real time. And that's it. The only thing I didn't do is to show you the import speed of everything because they're my personal devices. So I'm going to leave that right there. With that being said, you know what? Actually, let's do one by one. Let me get the tripod and we'll get right to it. Okay, let's get started with the LG Wing first. We got the clip in the timeline, as you can see. Right over here, it's a 3-minute clip. Let's see how well this chipset does exporting a 1920 by 1080 clip. Go to share, movie, media, and resolution. Boom. And you know what? We'll go video quality with the standard 20 megabits per second. Frame rate, I think that's locked in for right now. It's supposed to be at 24, but never mind that. Let's go ahead and export. Real-time test in 3, 2. I think it's a good time to talk about the V60, or excuse me, LG Wing, while this is exporting. So I've been using this as the daily driver for almost the better part of a month now, and I don't think I really want to go back to Apple. Now, granted, I don't bust out the second screen all that often, but when I do, it's always a nice little party favor. People are like, oh, whoa, what's that? It's pretty cool. It's like, what is it? Well, unfortunately, I have to tell them the bad news is that one, it's a phone made by a company that no longer makes cool mobile devices that are cellular enabled. They still do tablets and stuff. In fact, they just showcased a bunch of stuff at CES this year. Oh, sorry. Let me let go of the camera because it's shaking quite a bit. Oh, no, we're not. It's starting to lean. Like I said, this is all real time, folks. Let me see. Maybe I can tighten it up. Stay right there. Anyways, I've been using it as an everyday driver. It has really, really impressed me. The speed is pretty good in terms of processing. When I need to run my iMessage on here, when I'm on Android, it runs it pretty good. Now, I think there's a bug with Blue Bubbles that you can't reply directly from the notification shade because it always says the server disconnects. But anyways, for what it's worth, it's a damn good phone. It's 2 years old. It had a mid-range chip in it. It's running 2 screens simultaneously, and it's true about the battery life. Holy shit. This thing dies after about 6 hours. I was going to do a battery test for it, but I really don't know what the condition of this phone was when I bought it. Got it off of Swappa. It said mint condition, but still could be refurbished, but whatever. All right, so that clip exported. It took that long. There's your real-time test for the Wing. For a 3-minute long video, it will it'll take 5 minutes at max HD, not 4K. So now, let's move over to the iPad. Okay, now it's time for the iPad. Same setup. Go down here in the corner, go to Movie, Photos. Oh, come on. We're going to do the same. 920 by 1080p, good. We're not going to do ultra, we're going to do standard. Everything else looks fine. See, that's weird. It actually is showing the true. Let me zoom in here. This is what I also noticed. Maybe it's because of the chipset, but as you can see right there, boop, boop, right there, 23.98. You guys are probably wondering what the hell this music is, and I'm probably gonna get a copyright strike, so let me turn it down. But I got bumpuses living up above me. They don't know how to control themselves. So, anyways, it's better that than you guys hear stomping and shit. 23.98 frames per second. See, that's interesting. It's not present on the Android, at least on the Wing. But when we get to the V60, the last device that we're testing, we'll see what it says there. So let me go ahead and zoom right back out. Get you in focus. There we go. By the way, how's the sound quality with these Rode microphones? Got the upgraded variants. So hopefully it sounds better than the ones before. So 3, 2, 1, export. 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Go ahead and pan over. So, like I said, this is the first generation iPad Pro, Wi-Fi/cellular model, 256. I guess I could put the specs in a corner for each one of these tests to let you know what the chipset is if you're using this somewhere else in the world who hasn't got the most updated technology. And I think that's a good thing with that, I can showcase what would be old tech because it's moved on, so many generations removed, and show you that even from its creation date or its release date worldwide to today, modern day, 2023, I know it's like, it wasn't that long ago, but hear me out, that it can still keep up with some pretty, I'd say, cumbersome tasks like rendering footage and whatnot. So, like I said, it's just some B-roll that I finally was able to capture. Nothing really amazing like that. If you want, I'll post the video the day after this video is uploaded to let you know what was set in there and testing out the camera, the 60D. I mean, I'm using the 60D EOS camera that from Canon, and it's still hanging in there, bro. Still hanging in there. All right, so that's iPad. Let's move on to iPhone. Okay, iPhone 13 Pro Max 1 terabyte. Oh, camera's still shaking. Hold on. There we go. Anyways, let me put this on airplane mode, actually. I'm getting some notifications in there that I'd rather not show. Same clip, same resolution. And let's see what the actual frames per second is saying for the iPhone. See, there it is again. So 23.98. Interesting. So that means the playback, when it's time, on the Android, at least the wing so far, is not at a true 24 frames per second. It ups it to 30. It's something you want to take note of, especially if you're going for a certain type of look. Let's call it standard. So far, the baseline is 5 minutes. Okay, did it just crash? Hang tight. Standard. Come on. There we go. Everything looks good. Export. There we go. Okay, I think 5 minutes and 25 seconds. That might be the timeline. You know, when I'm in the edit, I'll put a stopwatch of how fast or how long time has lapsed in real time. Actually, you can set your stopwatch, you can set your smartphone up and just right when the movie starts, you can time it. Just in case I'm off, you can do this at home. It'd be a bit of an interactive experience. So, okay, 3/4 done. It's moving pretty good. Now I wish I could do this with more of like a line-in approach, so you can just see the screen as I'm exporting. But I think this might look a little janky, just because it's like raw video footage of me looking at a top-down perspective of a device. However, it also lets you see it in real time, where it's not line in, where the direct feed is the only thing you see. You see me doing the inputs. You see the touching point errors if you have a screen of this size and whatnot. So let's move over to the V60. And you know, I'm not even gonna stop recording. I'm gonna keep it rolling. I'm just gonna move the camera over slightly. Go ahead and tap the wake. All right, let's zoom in. Come back down a little bit. There we go. All right, it's the final device. As you can see, same clip, all the way through and through. Let's go ahead and export. Movie, media. Ah, look at this. Look at this. 23.98. Come on, focus. There we go. So, this lets me know it must be just a chipset that, or maybe the video codec inside the wing can't process 24 frames a second. Which is strange because it's not like the V60 or, sorry, I'm trying to get that focus. I'm fighting the autofocus. There we go. It's not like the wing or the V60 where like global phones. They were pushed to certain markets and only on certain carriers. But nevertheless, Snapdragon's inside the V60. Go to standard. Everything else looks good. Let's hit it. 525. So it did change. The iPhone was 13 or whatever it wasn't the lesser number. So V60 is also, well, now going on a 3-year-old Android phone. Came out the same time as the Note 20 and 20 Ultra. I mean, it's still moving pretty good. It's halfway done. I don't even think it's been a full minute yet. All right. Nearly done. Seems like it's taking a little time on the back end. And survey says, ooh, it's acting like those computers are yesteryear where you get the 99% and it just sits there and wait. It's like that last 1% is just cutting up for whatever reason. But anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was this a fair comparison? It's because it's just a shootout, really. 2 different types of Android chipsets, 2 different types of iOS chipsets from since it's all the same party. In a way, this is kind of an apples to apples comparison because they're both LG and other devices are both from Apple. So just on that basis alone, I think it's a little more even kilt. But this is Argus Rowe signing out. Safe travels out there, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, sorry for the wait, but it got done. Later.